Hi, I'm Patricia Smith. I'm doing the second reading for a production film called Rachel's Grace for Maximum Productions. In the film, I'm going to be playing Rachel. And as Rachel, I have been sexually abused by my dad since I was 3 years old. I was also prostituted out to the leaders of the board of his church. I have had blood transfusions done on me, which has led demons into my life. And I met a wonderful pastor that helped revive me and make the demons leave me. I'm also doing the second read for Abigail in the film Rachel's Grace. As Abigail, I am one of Rachel's demons. I step in for her for all of the wild parties and craziness that goes on. I take place when she is being prostituted out. So why don't we just go right on in and take a look at the test shoot.
Who in the hell does he think he is? He doesn't know me at all. With all that freaking God talk.
Yeah, right. Screw that, Rachel. You remember what pastors have done to you before? Your father?
Perhaps you enjoyed him prostituting you out to his board of deacons, or the master witch's orgies.
Oh, no. She always went to her little safe place while I was the one stepping in for the wild parties.
Do you not know the power of Satan? He's all-knowing. That's how your so-called minister knows so much.
Speaking of which, it's about past time I go get laid. There's bound to be some hunk of a man at the mall willing to screw my brains out.
We're your real friends, Rachel. We're the ones that'll be there for you, through thick or thin.
Smoke a joint. Take a Lortab. Relax.
Yes, you're probably alright. He just seems so caring.
Something like that.
Hey, how about we run away for a weekend? We can get a motel, have breakfast in bed, walk on the beach in the moonlight, and maybe,
Come on, Rachel. Come on. Forget all this grown-up stuff. Come down here and play with me. Come on, please. We can go into the woods and we can play cowboys and Indians. Come on, Rachel. Come on. It's your...
Oh shit, it's the pastor.
Don't answer, Rachel.
Yeah, forget about him. Let's go get drunk. Just the two of us, babe.
Well, if you liked me as Rachel, you're going to really love me as Abigail.
Who in the hell does he think he is? He doesn't know me at all. Freaking God talk?
Yeah, right, Rachel. Don't you remember what all those pastors have done to you? Your father?
Maybe she enjoyed them prostituting her out to the deacon board and to the master witch's orgies.
Oh, no, no, no. She ran off to her little safe place. I'm the one who went to all those wild parties.
Don't you know, Rachel, that Satan is all-knowing? That's why that pastor, he knows so much about you.
Speaking of which, it's about time for me to go get laid. Sure, I can find some hunk of a man who's willing to screw my brains out.
Don't you know we're your friends, Rachel? We're the ones who've been with you through thick and thin.
Here, Rachel, smoke a joint. Take some more tabs. Come on, let's party.
You're probably all right. He just seems so caring.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, Rachel. What do you see? And you run away for the weekends. You rent a motel room, have breakfast in bed, take a long walk on the beach under the moonlight.
Oh, Rachel, come on. Why don't you forget about all this stuff and come down here on the floor and play with me? Come on, please. We got all these. Or maybe we could even go into the woods and play some cops and robbers or cowboys and Indians. Please, Rachel, cowboys and Indians. Please, 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 it's your favorite. Come on. Come on. I got all these.
Oh, shit. It's that pastor.
Don't answer it, Rachel.
Yeah, just forget about him. What do you say? Let's go get drunk.
No.
Just the two of us.
Oh, baby. Rachel, please.
And now that you watched my scene, which I know you loved, you're going to be more intrigued by my monologue.
Rachel, are you ready to talk to me about your childhood?
Yeah, I guess so. It's going to be really hard for me. I just don't want you to think. I mean, you come from such a good family, such a good upbringing. I don't know if I can do this.
Just talk. I am here just to listen to you, okay?
Okay, but you got to promise me it's just between you and me, no one else.
Between you and me and God, that is all.
Well, I guess the best way to do this is just spit it all out. I've been a prostitute my whole life. My dad started sexually abusing me by the time I was 3. By the age of 4 or 5, he was prostituting me out to the leader of the board of the church. And then there was this witchcraft thing. See, my dad wasn't just a pastor. He was into witchcraft, too. Hell, for a while I thought the whole town was in on it. The judges, the police, everyone. My mom would just sit there and watch and laugh if it was her little way to encourage me. By the time I was in high school, I was trying every drug known to man just to kill the pain. Hell, I'd already been screwed by half the men in town. I found a way to support my drug habit was just to give it out. Guess I'll always just be a whore. What do you want from me anyway? You ain't got no woman. You just need a whore?
Rachel, that is not it. So did you have a good time on your little getaway? Now that you're back, do you realize that it wasn't as much fun as you thought it might be? Huh? What? You think you're the only one that has gone through this kind of abuse? Hell no. I lived through this growing up from my stepfather, who was a complete lunatic and a Baptist preacher just like your father was. Do you think you're the only one who's ever turned to drugs to kill the pain? Let me tell you something else, Rachel. When I grew up, I had severe learning disabilities. But back then, they didn't know what learning disabilities were. So they labeled me borderline retarded. Yeah. And stepdad, he loved it. Everywhere I went, he called me a retard. Well, that's not the half of it. There's more. I couldn't even get any of the girls like all the jocks could, because I couldn't play sports. Even though I was great in sports, I couldn't play them because of my grades. But you know what I did? You know what I did? I quickly found out that in order to get all the fun girls, I had to be the life of the party. The drug dealer. Yeah. I was an addict also. Yeah, I was. I was an addict for almost all of my life, Rachel, until about 6 years ago. And that's when the Lord finally got a hold of me, Rachel. And that's where we need to get you. You have to come to the realization that this life is not as glamorous as you think it is. That there's more to life than just all of this that you're doing right now. That God, who created everything, created you for a special reason that you are going to accomplish here in His kingdom.